show me love. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, yeah, everywhere they show me love. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, yeah, everywhere they show me love. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, yeah, everywhere they show me love.
So, as far as how many families CWS Jersey City has resettled, so far we've resettled 4 families. Each family, the composition and the demographics of each family is quite different. We have a family of 4, 1 family of 6, and then 2 families of 5, all totaling 20 people. Each individual have their children. We've enrolled all of their children into their schools, into the school system. 2 of them actually now have jobs that we found for them working as movers. So those 3 of those families were actually in the same refugee camp, the Zaatari refugee camp in Jordan. And one of them was actually living in Egypt for a few years prior to being resettled to the United States. The families all work with one another and helping one another get acclimated into Jersey City and New Jersey. Actually, the first arrival that we had was in June, mid-June, and the next 2 arrivals came on the same date on the same flight from the same camp. And the first arrival that we had them actually reunite with them. So it was actually nice to see them being reunited after being apart for some time at the end of June. And now they're really getting established and acclimated into Jersey City and starting their lives here. Now they're starting ESL classes, their children are starting schools, they're starting jobs. So it's been a transition for them, escaping conflict and the war in Syria into coming and seeking refuge and being here in the United States and getting that step and started process as far as getting acclimated into New Jersey. Okay. The United States has resettled 1,517 so far. So all the resettlement agencies are requesting that the president, he just announced that 10,000 will be resettled. We're requesting 100,000 Syrians be resettled, especially with Germany having saying that they're gonna be resettling 800,000, and especially with the what's going on right now within Europe. You know, it would be great for the United States, which is such a welcoming country, you know, to be able to do a little bit more. Some of the Syrian families that have had to flee their countries, I'll give you the example of one family where they actually left their city of Homs, and the city of Homs is one of the major cities that has been really attacked by the government because it is so anti the regime. So this family of 4, they felt that it was enough. Their child, his case of autism had become so severe because of the sounds of explosions and bombs being dropped from everywhere, that they were so worried about his upbringing and him actually being a functioning human being. And they were just overall worried about their body, their cells of being killed with snipers and all these things. So they decided to leave. So they walked on foot until they found a smuggler who took them outside of the city of Homs. The smuggler had them and 20 other families in just a pickup truck that can only hold a maximum of 3 to 4 families, but this one held 20. And the smuggler navigated through the desert by himself. He reached a location where he told the families to get off of the pickup truck, and they have to walk across from the Syrian border into the Jordanian border. They had their luggages, so they just took whatever they can get as far as their luggages, but they could not carry it because they were walking through deserts and they were walking up mountains, so they had to just throw the luggages and whatever items that they had. So as they continued their journey, trying to navigate through these mountains and not knowing what could, you know, come at them at night, they eventually made it to the Jordanian border crossing. What they told me was that was the most difficult part as far as the border crossing. Obviously, because there is individuals on the other side, you know, checking and inspecting who's coming into the country. From there, they actually made it into the Zaatari refugee camp, which is holding hundreds of thousands of refugees, and they stayed there for quite some time. So the individuals that we see, their travel route as far as coming into the United States, what they've experienced just to get here is really tough. Yeah. Turkey has seen over about 1 million. Lebanon has seen over 1 million. Jordan over 1 million. So Turkey, Jordan, and Lebanon are the three most. Egypt has seen hundreds of thousands. Iraq has seen many, which is telling that people are fleeing from Syria to go to Iraq, which is just a country that's also just as dangerous. So those three countries have seen millions of refugees arrive. So you know, more than 10,000 can be done if these countries are seeing millions.
Be the change that you want.